Hello and welcome to episode 3. He is a coach, we're in a car, and we are getting coffee. I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier, alongside Carson-Newman's defensive line coach Jamison. Johnson, we are still in the midst of training camp, so caffeine is unequivocally a must-have, and we're going to go get some coffee. We're going to break down the defensive line today. Let's, before we get into the coffee, I'm glad that my evangelism has worked on you. You came to the radio announcer, voice was a little froggy, and this is now officially a commercial for apple cider vinegar. Your throat's ailing you, you just literally, you drink it. You gargle it for a little bit, and it's going to fix what ails you. You went with, what brand did you go? We didn't brag. I'm a White House guy myself, but it has to have the mother in it to really be effective. You didn't think that you were going to get apple cider vinegar chat when you clicked on this video, but that's what you're getting. Defensive line. I guess the toughness of a defensive lineman is exuded when the coach is just straight up swilling apple cider vinegar to get the throat right. What do you like about this group that arguably, from a returner's standpoint, is about as veteran as a position group gets on Carson-Newman's football team for this upcoming season?
You know, I think the first thing is just the fact that they're together. They're a group that wants to get better together. And they've spent a lot of time and a lot of reps together over the years and over the seasons. And, a lot of these guys, they were here going through, missing games due to COVID and just practicing. And so they've gone through a lot of adversity together. And so now they get a chance to prepare to have a good season together.
You think of the front four, and for ages it was Brian Bembry and Montel Presley. Both guys were 40-plus game starters over their careers, and you had a little bit of those growing pains, kind of like you alluded to, much like literally any position group on this football team over the last year because of COVID. But it feels like Justin Triplett has started to cement himself. Ja'Cory Long has started to cement himself. Trezell Giardini-Weish could be a record book impacting type guy. What do you see from those guys up front that has enabled them to kind of cement themselves into some positions?
Yeah, we can start with Triplett. Trip's been here for ages, and he's kind of that journeyman guy where you can plug him in anywhere on the line. And so I think his versatility, his understanding of the game is what's made him be a guy that we've got to rely on, and you can plug him in any spot. A guy like Trezell, he is Mr. Carson-Newman to me. From what he does on campus and what he does with our track team and the things he does for our football team, when you've got a guy that's just bought in to being great at everything, those are the type of people that get a chance to be in the record books. And so he just takes that approach to every aspect of his life. And then Ja'Cory got a chance to get on the field last year and went through the COVID season with us, and is just a testament to, one, some natural ability, and then two, you've combined that with the understanding of how to put in the work, how to learn techniques, and so that's really going to submit him for us now.
How much did guys like Brandon Tierson and Justice Alexander kind of come in to help bridge the gap a little bit, to give those guys some time to grow, and not be immediately forced into the fire, while also having some moments where, hey, you're going to be relied upon a little bit?
I think it was good because we had some young guys, and so Justice and BT came in and got to be kind of big brothers and show guys, hey, this is how I be a college athlete. This is how I should approach practice. And so it was good for those guys to get to learn from some guys that have had a chance to do some things in different places. And now they've just taken some of the habits and things that they've learned from guys like Justice and carried it over into this season.
You look at who's up front, and size-wise, there's some big boys up there. Jordan Wilson Jaheim Wilson both certainly passed the eye test for kind of that nose guard, that tackle that you just look to plug up and take up space. What have those two guys done to position themselves for more playing time?
A lot of the same stuff that we talk about the other guys, man. It's a group that works, and when you've got big frame and you've got the commitment to the weight room, you see those guys, man, what they do with Jeff down there. And don't count out Rod Shawn and AJ Hunter, two other big presence. So it's a good problem to have as a coach when you got four big guys and trying to figure out how to get them all reps.
If the defensive line were a cup of coffee, what coffee would it be?
What coffee would it be?
How's that for a deep question?
That's tough. It would be plain Jane, no sugar, probably iced and black. Black and on ice, man, as tough as you can get it, because we got to drink it fast and it's got to go down tough.
It's interesting that you go iced instead of hot.
Yeah, because hot coffee, you got to sip it. It's a relaxing deal. That iced coffee, we got to chug it down. We got to go.
There's a reason that you're getting after it. I'm on board with that. I hesitate to call you new dad. What's your little one? 6 months? 5 months?
6 months. Thompson.
New-ish. Has that upped your caffeine intake at all?
A little early on it did. But then at the same time, it really brought it down because I was like, you probably need to keep that heart beating regular so she might live a little longer.
Heart beating regular. I mean, that's the other thing too. You gotta sleep when they sleep. That's the old adage.
That's the key.
Well, that's good to hear that you haven't completely gone off the caffeine wagon.
No, wouldn't make it.
and yet there's a surprise. There's a surprise later, is what I've been told, for your caffeine intake. Who drinks the most caffeine on the staff?
It's got to be either myself or Coach Ray. I think Coach Ray might have me beat.
I was fearful after what Brock told me his caffeine intake was.
I forgot about him. His is up there. He's got a whole case under his desk, so it's hard to keep track on him.
Yeah, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. Go back to the defensive line. Again, a lot of returners that people are aware about. Who's somebody that, again, I know we're early in camp. You haven't even made it a full week. When we're recording this, Carson-Newman hasn't put on pads yet. But who's somebody that's new to the scene that has impressed you?
Well, he's not necessarily new, but he's a guy that redshirted last year. David Alexander has been impressive. What he brings to the table from a size and skill set, got some great athletic ability, and he's another one that, man, he's trying to master his craft. And so we've seen him do some things coming off the football, chasing after the quarterback a little bit. I'd be ready, be on the lookout for him.
Somebody that we and to revisit a previous one of these, I don't think, and you as a player can probably attest to this, Carson-Newman spring games throughout the years have very much been a glorified scrimmage.
Oh, yeah.
That was not true this past year. Full-on game, draft, everything. It felt like a true spring game. And so I have referred back to that more often than at any other point in my time here. And the one that really hits me for a spring game star was Frank Lee.
Oh, Frank.
Converted linebacker, now playing the Fox end position. Sat out pretty much all of last year. Kind of a hero from the Wise game. Mike Clowney's first win where he forced the fumble that set up the game-tying drive late. What has he done after a year, for all intents and purposes, off because of injury, to really bring himself back into the mix?
Frank's a guy, he's not played a bunch of football in his life. He was a basketball player. And so he's got that great athleticism. Again, he's another one that spends a lot of time with Jeff down there in the weight room. And so it's been fun to watch him really kind of hit his stride and get some confidence on the field. And so you'll see him with some great get off, and I think we've got him in a spot that can simplify it for him enough to where, hey, I can just go play, and I can just go strike people and get off the football. So he's one. He had a big spring and really got settled in.
You know, one that he's just been so steady through the years. One of your more cerebral players, Nick Owens.
Oh man,
started just about every game since he's been at Carson-Newman since 2019.
Yeah, I can't believe we're talking about him this late in the deal. You know, Nick's, which is a testament to Nick because he's just so steady, so reliable, and he's a dog. I mean, if I've got one word to describe him, he's the guy that's really going to bring that extra oomph, that extra bit of meanness. You know, when you talk about those guys don't care, Nick don't care. He just wants to play ball. And he's having a guy like him to lead the group is big time for us.
You bring that up, very much the young buck during that 2019 season. How have you seen him grow into that leadership role?
You know, I think it's just who he is every day. He shows up and demands excellence. And when you got guys that demand excellence from other people, and then they show that same excellence that they're trying to demand, guys respect that and they follow it.
All right, we are next up in line for some cups of Joe. What's your go-to? What's your go-to?
I'm a D-line guy. I told you what the D-line was. So I want black iced coffee.
Straight black iced coffee.
No sugar, no cream.
Does that say something? And this becomes a meta-analysis as we go through these as to what everybody drinks. It's the same thing that Joe Ray got. Is that an offensive, defensive line, you're in the trenches mentality?
You know, I think it's an efficiency thing.
Okay.
You know, we don't need to waste time with extra flavors and letting it cool down, get it guzzled, and get back at it.
Johnson, I somewhat feel attacked based on my choices through these.
Are you a latte guy?
Oh, absolutely.
I won't judge you.
I like
You're not a D-line guy.
No, I'm not. Clearly not. I'm not mean.
Yeah, you're too
Hollywood.
Hollywood. You're Hollywood.
Now I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to go with an iced chai latte. That's my thing too.
Chai.
Explain
what is chai?
Tea.
So tea and latte.
Yeah.
You can do that?
You can go with the dirty chai, which is the tea. You get the caffeine from the tea. And the dirty, that's the espresso. You add a little espresso. Yeah.
Dirty.
Yeah.
What's
dirty.
A clean chai?
That's just regular chai. That's just
okay.
tea.
We just don't say it.
You just don't add in the dirt, which is the espresso.
Black iced coffee.
Yeah, black.
Simplify your life, man.
No, you get the sugar. You get the double hit. You get the sugar high, plus the caffeine high, and then you feel worse about yourself later on. It's a good deal.
I like it.
The thing that has always impressed me about Carson-Newman's defensive line over the last 5 years or so has been its run stopping ability. And a lot of that through that time came from Montel Presley, Brian Bembry. Saw it a little bit carry over from Tierson and Justice last season. Where does that come from this year?
Well, I think it starts with who we are as a defense, Cav. You're going to hear Coach Slade. He's going to talk about, hey, guys, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put enough guys down there to stop the run. Right? And our big mantra is stop the run, have fun. And so our guys know we don't get an opportunity to run fun blitzes and to get creative until we get the dirty work done, stopping the run. And so it's not going to be one guy. Everybody that's on that football field at the defensive line position is going to be playing the run on first down.
That identity, how wrapped up is this group in that?
Yeah, it's who they are. They love being physical. They love striking. They want to do that part first because we can make some big plays in the run game, and that's every bit as good as a sack to me.
Howdy.
Hi.
What do you want?
Black iced coffee.
Okay. Yep. They had me thinking they were going to switch it up the other day, so they came in getting like an iced caramel macchiato and a black coffee, and then they came back and he got the black coffee, and I was like, you switching it up on me?
Let me get a large iced chai latte, please.
Iced chai.
Can you get it hot?
You can.
Hot
But
chai.
why would you want to do that now?
I don't know.
Why would you want to do that to
I
yourself?
don't know why you would want to do any
That's-
chai or latte.
Well,
But
Johnson, you need to expand your
I'm with you.
horizons
I'm
and
with
try
you.
try new flavors.
hey, not
That's it.
time in the day.
There's not enough time in the day.
We got.
Well,
we got
you
practice.
don't have to shoot 8 of these, and I don't want to get the same thing every time.
okay, so you're-
I got to mix it up a little
I
bit.
got you.
So what did you get with Coach Ray?
There you go.
I started with probably my most frequent, which is the iced mocha.
Okay.
You add a little bit of that chocolate syrup. I got a sweet tooth. Let's be real. And then I went with the caramel macchiato. Iced, of course.
Now macchiato.
It's just made up. It's just dump a bunch of caramel. It's not a real drink.
Okay.
I didn't know if that was a technical term.
No. Not. I mean, it's delicious. Don't get me wrong.
I'll do the mocha, but only in like a canned coffee energy drink.
Okay.
You can't get those black.
Well, you need to broaden.
mocha's close.
You can find the can straight black. You just got to know where to look.
Ah.
See, that's what my wife, full on. She's a defensive lineman.
Okay.
She's
Hey.
a defensive lineman mentality. Just black, maybe a little bit of cream, maybe a little bit of milk to make it smooth.
Every once, let me backtrack.
Okay.
Every once in a while, maybe on the weekends when we don't have football, I might get a little cold foam at the top,
Ooh.
and then it'll kind
Yeah.
of melt down. But that's that's a once a week type of deal.
That's not your everyday.
I can't be soft every day.
Now, you wake up in the morning. Do you have the drip going, and you're rocking and rolling with that, or are you picking it up on the way in
Oh,
the field?
I'm picking it up on the
Okay.
way. Picking it
You're-
up on the way.
You're not brewing a pot and letting it steep and then cool off. You're not cold pressing. Thank you.
No.
See, look how delicious that looks.
There's not enough hours in the day, Cav.
There's that.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you. See, that's where you find time. You find time to try new things, and you are just straight. I mean, you said it. And this is what I was concerned about for the future of your family line. Straight up adding a bang to black coffee.
Hey.
I can't be judged anymore for my life choices.
You got to get it how you can get it.
I want to.
We got meetings. We got another walkthrough. We got more meetings. I got to bring the energy.
I'm concerned at how that's going to taste. But it doesn't matter to you.
Here's the thing about Bang. It totally overrides the coffee. So maybe we shouldn't be drinking these. Because I can't taste the coffee.
Really? Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah. So who knows what that's doing to my intestines?
We'll find out. It's for science.
It's for science. Yeah. Report back when a sentient pile of gray sweats crawls over to you on the practice field when you've passed out. We'll know that you've called something.
Yes.
With this beverage. Johnson, I've never been more terrified in my life than I am in this moment of you mixing black coffee. What flavor Bang did you have?
It was a
Cherry Blade Lemonade.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I don't know what the blade is, but
But it's completely
pretty extreme.
canceling out the coffee.
Yes.
Well, the hope is that Carson-Newman's defensive line is that extreme, I suppose.
Hopefully we're canceling out some gaps inside. That's what I'm concerned about.
Is there anybody up front that we haven't touched on that Carson-Newman fans should know about heading into this upcoming season?
I think we've got. I'm trying to remember who. Had another newcomer to the program that we're expecting some big things from. Trayvon Barnett is joining us from the University of Pikeville. I think he fits right in the mix with Ja'Cory and David and Corey Clemson. And so again, there's 4 guys that I got to figure out how do we get them all in the game, and because they're all good enough to be in the game, so they're going to contribute to this team.
You feel like you have more depth this season? Granted, I know you weren't coaching the position the last 2 years, but you were on that side of the ball.
Can't wait. There's another one right there. Max Bryant.
That's why it's a good thing that we're
You should have wrote this down.
Normally I do, but I can't write and drive at the same time.
I'm not that your back.
I'm not that talented. Sorry for my failures. But you bring those guys up. The depth, is it the most that you've had?
I think so. The most I've seen, and I've coached D-line in the past, and it's probably the most depth I've had as a coach. And so to me, that gets our guys bought in because they know I can practice hard, I can play hard, and then somebody's going to come in, give me some relief. And so it's a true team position, if you will, because we've got a lot of guys that are going to impact the football team.
All right, Johnson, we are back at the KSAC. You've got your coffee and bang. I don't know what that drink is termed, but you've invented something.
It's not bad. It's kind of like a chai. Chai bang.
A chai bang? Is that what we're calling it? He's Johnson Jamison. I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier. This has been another episode of Coaches in Cars getting whatever that beverage is. Thanks for watching.